right, we are starting our mini lesson on area and perimeter. So this brand new page in your notebook, I want you to write in the title, area versus perimeter. Okay? This is really what we're talking about, area v. perimeter. And in addition to your notebook, you have this handout. Raise your hand in the room if you have this handout sitting in front of you somewhere. Cool. If you are at home, this handout is printable from our weekly agenda. Make sure you have it. Before we get started, usually the handouts make room for this, but instead, I want you guys to draw some kind of line down the side so that you have room for left column questions later. So see how I left that margin? Make sure you do that you have room for that. All right. While we're waiting, I want you guys to name some of the popular video games. There's a really popular one for Switch, a couple popular ones for PC during quarantine. What are some popular ones? I know this seems weird with area and perimeter, but I have a point. Animal Crossing was a big one. What was another one? Minecraft. Even when we say we don't love Minecraft, when we're really bored, it's kind of a fun thing to do. Okay? Yeah.
When I was bored during COVID, I loved playing Halo Infinite.
Okay. Okay, and then we start to get to the ones that are on like PS systems and Xbox systems. Yeah. So let's think about Animal Crossing specifically. What was the other one that was big on Switch? With the island. You owned an island. Was that Animal Crossing? Okay. Mario Kart's always popular. It's just a way to show your mom you drive better than her. So let's say we're playing Minecraft or we're playing Animal Crossing. We're setting up our island. We're housing our pigs, whatever is going on. Okay. And we just draw a really simple, like rectangle kind of shape. What do we call the inside of the rectangle? What do we call the outside of the rectangle? Okay. So I'm going to outline this in red, mostly because it's easy to see. If you are colorblind, I'm sorry. Okay, the outside. So you guys said the outside was called what? Oh. Okay. And if it's like Animal Crossing, and I'm going to plant some beautiful flowers and make my island pretty. What's that green part? Oh. Now, somebody said grass. I colored the inside of a thing green. That kind of makes sense, right? If the inside was grass, then what would the red part be? A fence or concrete? Okay. if the outside was concrete, like somebody mentioned, what else could the inside be besides grass? Jacob? What? Well, the outside is concrete. It's the perimeter. What could the inside be? What might we put inside a concrete perimeter? Sunny, what do you think?
Water.
Okay, water, like a pool. Okay, what other things might have area and perimeter? I have one in my head, but I'm an adult, so I think of weird stuff. Joey? And then we'll get you. Huh? So there could be a town. What would be on the outside? Okay, but if you were talking about ancient civilizations, what could be on the outside of a town? A wall. Right? That happened all the time in ancient civilizations. What were you thinking of?
House.
Okay, and then what would the outside be?
Wall.
Oh, okay. Okay. I want you to put your pencil down for a second. Just close your eyes. I want you to think about your bathroom. I know, that's weird. Think about your bathroom. If you're sitting in the bathtub, what do you see? You're sitting somewhere else in the bathroom. What do you see? Okay, just think about it. Don't talk. Right? Now you're still there. Look down. What do you see where your feet would go? Can anybody think of an area and perimeter in that room that we're in constantly?
So the area would be tile.
Oh.
And the perimeter would be wall.
Okay, what do we call that part that goes at the bottom of the wall? Anybody know what that thing is called? Baseboards. Okay, mine need to be painted. Oops, board, I can spell. Oh, so perimeter, how do we get it? You guys have studied perimeter in elementary school. How do you get it? How do you calculate it? Yes, sir.
You just add up all the sides.
Add all the sides. Okay? It's a big old sum, isn't it? Isn't that how we get perimeter? And then we measure perimeter in feet, inches, stuff like that. What about area? How do we find the area of stuff? Yes, sir.
Length times width.
Okay, length times width will get me a rectangle. Any other ones you guys know? That'll get me volume, and we're going to go there. Okay. So I'm just going to write for now multiplication. And it's going to get me square feet, square inches, square miles, etc. What's the difference between a foot and a square foot?
In the square foot, it's like all the way around is a square. Yeah.
Okay, what else? Oh, a foot's just a straight line. Nice and skinny, right? I can't really stand on it. It doesn't have any space. I know it's not the exact measurements, but what about a piece of paper? Is that kind of like a square foot? Could my foot stand on it? Yeah. Okay, so it's a 2D surface. None of this is new to you. I'm just making sure we all have the same vocabulary. Okay, so now I just want to look at number 1. Okay, just number 1. And yes, a bunch of these have decimals. This says the length is 7.8 yards and the width is 5.1 yards. In your group, in your elbow partner space, in maybe a little group of 3 because somebody in front or in back of you is by themselves, I want you to calculate the area and the perimeter of this shape, number 1. Area and the perimeter. Talk to each other. Because of the way, well, I think I can make this move a little. Yes. This says 7.8 yards, 5.1 yards. And when your group thinks they have an answer, I want you to put your head down real quick. Okay. Talk to each other. Area and perimeter. Each other, working it out, maybe drawing it out. I see lots of good work. Heads are starting to go down. Good job. figure out for area? What did you figure out for area? Yeah.
39.78.
Okay. Anybody else?
39.78.
Okay.
31.78.
Okay.
39.78.
Okay. So there's the formula. You guys did 7.8 times 5.1, and you got 39.78 yards squared for the area. Right? Make sure you label that. What about the perimeter? What'd you guys get for the perimeter? 24.8? 25.8? Anybody else? Okay. So perimeter, 25.8 yards. Is it square yards when it's perimeter? No. Now, we're going to do number 5 on your handout. I already sketched it on my paper. As you guys are doing these, show your work. If there's not enough room, sketch it out somewhere. Okay? You're going to be turning in your work. I want to see, what were you doing? What were you thinking? When it's a parallelogram, which means it has 2 sets of parallel sides, but the giant sort of leaned on the rectangle. It's all a little crickety, right? Then area, the actual formula is base times height. It's still the same as length times width, but because it's crooked, we want to take the height and the base, or the length. You guys see that difference? Is you're straightening it up. So for that one, number 5, give it a try. Area and perimeter in your groups. Talk to each other. Work together. Still working on it. Okay. Yeah. Where did I put that? Okay. Did anybody figure out the area? Jacob, what'd you get?
36.96.
Okay. Anybody else? Really?
36.96.
Okay.
36.96.
Okay. Did anybody get the perimeter? Really? Okay. Did you get the same? Okay. Yeah? Anybody else? Guys, I don't do it any differently than you do. Now, because of the video, I did it on a Post-it note because I'm kind of over here in the corner. But I multiplied based on size. That's what I got. I added up all the sides for perimeter. That's what I got. How would I label these numbers? We're looking at number 5. How would I label these? What do you think?
For the first one, it would be inches squared.
Okay, inches squared, or you could write square inches, something like that. Reno?
Then for the second one, it would be 26.14
Inches.
inches.
And you could just write IN, or you could write out the whole word inches. That's it. It's the whole thing. Okay, now the part you have to pay a lot of attention to. Everybody ready? I'm going to assign your homework. Okay. We already did one. So, you can put it in your stuff, but we're not doing it again. Okay. I want you to do number 2. I want you to do number 6. Okay. And I want you to do number 8. On number 8, look at me carefully. You're going to answer a question either on your work paper or on the back of your paper. It is our essential question today. So with number 8, use that one for an example. Okay, how are area and perimeter similar? How are they different? And when I say give an example, so you have this thing that's 7.3 feet by 5.3 feet. What could it be? Be creative. What could it be inside your house? What could it be outside your house? What could it be in PE? What could it be anywhere, really? What could it be? And what would the difference be? Like, what would the perimeter part be? And what would the area part be? Just like we did here, right? What would the purpose of the perimeter be? What would the purpose Okay, that's one sentence of your explanation, but it's a little more creative and fun. That is your homework. That is what you were going to turn in, hard copy, showing your work tomorrow. Yes?
There's no notes pages, right?
I'm sorry?
There's no like notes pages that we have to copy the video.
There's no, I'm going to show you that right now, because there kind of is. So if you look at your agenda, hold on, got to get there. Here's your agenda. Here's our handout. I'm going to give you the notes handouts for Unit E, for all of our geometry. Today, you're going to finish the problems from the handout. You're going to watch this one little video, area of rectangles and triangles, with me. And you're going to set up your new pages in your notebook. Okay? You have some class time as well. Use it wisely. Okay? Super proud of you. If you were at home, all of it is listed here on our weekly agenda. Have a great day.